I paid for my sister's college, my mom's debts, and their lavish lifestyle. They stole from me and spread lies about me to everyone. So I took everything back. I've always believed that family comes first. It's a mantra that's guided my life for as long as I can remember. But as I sit here, staring at my bank statement in disbelief, I'm beginning to wonder if I've been a fool all along. My name is Claire, and I'm a real estate agent in my mid-30s. I've worked hard to build a successful career, climbing the property ladder with determination and grit. But my success has come at a price, one I'm only now beginning to understand. For years, I've been the family ATM. It started innocently enough. When my younger sister Lily needed help with college tuition, I was more than happy to step in. "It's just a loan," she said. "I'll pay you back when I graduate." But graduation came and went, and the promised repayment never materialized. Then there was my mother, Margaret, a widow with a penchant for luxury she couldn't afford. She'd come to me with teary eyes and tales of mounting debts. "Just this once," she'd plead. "I don't know what I'd do without you, Claire." And like the dutiful daughter I was, I'd write the check, ignoring the nagging voice in my head that whispered this wasn't right. I told myself it was temporary, that once Lily got on her feet and Mom sorted out her finances, things would even out. But months turned into years, and the requests for money only grew more frequent, more demanding. Now, as I scroll through my account history, a sick feeling settles in my stomach. The withdrawals are getting larger, more frequent. And some of them I don't recognize at all. My hands shake as I reach for my phone. I need answers, and I need them now. But as I dial Lily's number, a part of me already knows the truth. The golden handcuffs I've willingly worn in the name of family loyalty are about to become chains of a very different kind. The call to Lily goes straight to voicemail. Typical. She's never available when I need her, only when she needs something from me. I try Mom next, but her phone just rings and rings. The silence is deafening, and my imagination runs wild. I spend the next few hours combing through my financial records, piecing together a puzzle I never wanted to solve. The unauthorized withdrawals started small, 100 here, 200 there. Amounts I might not have noticed if I wasn't looking closely. But they've grown bolder over time, culminating in a 5-figure transfer just last week. My head spins. How could they do this? How could I have been so blind? As night falls, I find myself driving to my mother's house, desperate for answers. The lights are on, and I can hear laughter from inside. It's a sound that used to bring me joy, but now it feels like a knife twisting in my gut. I knock harder than I intend to. The laughter stops abruptly. Footsteps approach, and then the door swings open. Mom stands there, her smile faltering as she takes in my expression. "Claire, what's wrong, sweetheart?" I push past her into the living room. Lily is there, sprawled on the couch, a glass of wine in hand. She looks up, surprise turning to guilt as she sees me. "We need to talk," I say, my voice steadier than I feel. Now, what follows is a conversation that will haunt me for years to come. Excuses, justifications, and finally, when they realize I won't be swayed, admissions. Yes, they took the money. Yes, they knew it was wrong. But they had a plan, they insist. A business venture that would pay off big, allowing them to repay me and then some. "We were going to surprise you," Lily says, her eyes pleading. "Make you proud of us for once." The words hit me like a physical blow. Proud of them? When have I ever been anything but supportive, anything but generous? As I leave, my mother's words follow me out the door. "You've always been so selfish with your success, Claire. We're family. We're supposed to share." The drive home is a blur. My world has been turned upside down, and I don't know how to right it. But as I pull into my driveway, one thing becomes crystal clear. This ends now. No more excuses, no more handouts. It's time to reclaim my life, whatever the cost. Little do I know, the worst is yet to come. The next few weeks pass in a haze of anger and disbelief. I've cut off all financial ties with Lily and Mom, changed my passwords, and frozen the accounts they had access to. The silence from their end is deafening, but I tell myself it's for the best. I need time to think, to plan my next move. It's a lazy Sunday afternoon, when my phone buzzes with a notification. A cousin I haven't spoken to in months has tagged me in a post. Curious, I open it, and feel the bottom drop out of my world. There in black and white is a long, rambling post about family loyalty and the pain of betrayal. My name is mentioned repeatedly, each reference more donging than the last. According to this post, I'm a cold-hearted witch who's abandoned her family in their time of need, who values money over love, who's always looked down on those less fortunate. My hands shake as I scroll through the comments. Friends, distant relatives, even some of my professional contacts have chimed in, expressing their disappointment in me. The narrative is clear. I'm the villain in this story. Frantic, I start digging. It doesn't take long to uncover the truth. Lily and Mom have been busy. There's a private family group chat I've been excluded from, where they've been spinning their tale of woe for weeks. According to them, I've cruelly cut them off without warning, leaving them destitute and desperate. The lies are so blatant, so far from the truth, that for a moment I can't breathe. How can they do this? How can they twist reality so completely? But as the initial shock wears off, a cold anger settles in its place. They want to play dirty? Fine. Two can play at that game. I spend the rest of the day taking screenshots, saving evidence. Every lie they've told, every manipulation they've attempted, I document it all. Then with a deep breath, I start crafting my response. It's time the world knew the truth. And this time, I have the receipts to back it up. My hands hover over the keyboard, trembling slightly. The document before me is the result of days of work. A meticulously crafted exposé of Lily and Mom's deception. Every lie, every manipulation laid bare for the world to see. Complete with bank statements, text messages, and recorded conversations. I've never been one for public drama. The thought of airing our family's dirty laundry makes me sick to my stomach. But as I think about the damage their smear campaign has done, to my reputation, to my relationships, to my very sense of self, I know I have no choice. With a deep breath, I hit post. The response is immediate and overwhelming. My phone starts buzzing incessantly with notifications. Comments, messages, calls. It's as if I've kicked a hornet's nest. At first, there's disbelief. People can't reconcile the Claire they thought they knew, the generous, supportive friend and family member, with the cold, selfish woman Lily and Mom had painted me to be. But as they read through my evidence, shock turns to outrage. Not at me, but at the true villains of this story. Friends reach out with messages of support. Colleagues express their admiration for my bravery. Even distant family members, initially swayed by Lily and Mom's lies, begin to see the truth. But it's not all positive. There are those who think I've gone too far, who believe family matters should remain private. And then there's the deafening silence from the two people at the center of this storm. As the day wears on, I oscillate between feeling vindicated and utterly drained. Is this really who I've become? Someone who airs family grievances on social media? But then I remind myself, I didn't start this fight. I'm just finishing it. Just as I'm about to log off and try to get some sleep, a new notification pops up. It's from my Aunt Mom's sister. Someone I've always respected but never been particularly close to. Claire. Her message reads, I had no idea. I'm so sorry for what you've been through. If you need anything at all, I'm here. It's a small thing, this message, but it feels like a lifeline. A reminder that not everyone in my family is toxic, that there are still people I can trust. As I finally drift off to sleep, I realize that this isn't the end. It's just the beginning of a long, difficult journey. But for the first time in weeks, I feel a glimmer of hope. I'm not alone in this fight. And I'm stronger than they ever gave me credit for. The morning after my social media expose, I wake to a barrage of missed calls and text messages. Most are supportive, some are critical, but one stands out. A voicemail from a local law firm. Miss Claire, the message begins. We've been following your situation with great interest. What you're describing, unauthorized access to your accounts, financial exploitation, these are serious legal matters. If you're interested in pursuing this further, we'd be happy to set up a consultation. I play the message 3 times, my mind racing. I've been so focused on the emotional aspect of this betrayal that I hadn't even considered the legal implications. But now that it's been pointed out, I can't ignore it. This isn't just a family squabble. It's theft, plain and simple. The consultation is eye-opening. The lawyer, a sharp-eyed woman named Sandra, lays out my options in clear, no-nonsense terms. You have a strong case, she tells me. The unauthorized withdrawals, the evidence of premeditation in their messages, it's all very daunting. We can file for restitution, possibly even press criminal charges if you want to go that route. Criminal charges? The words hang in the air, heavy with implication. Could I really do that to my own family? But then I remember their smear campaign, the lies they spread so easily. They didn't hesitate to try to destroy me. Why should I protect them? There's something else you should consider, Sandra continues, her voice gentle but firm. By taking legal action, you're not just standing up for yourself. You're potentially protecting others from falling victim to similar exploitation. Your story could serve as a warning, a deterrent. Her words strike a chord. How many others have suffered in silence, manipulated by those they love? How many have had their kindness weaponized against them? Let's do it, I hear myself say. I want to pursue this to the fullest extent of the law. The next few weeks are a whirlwind of legal jargon and paperwork. We file for restitution, seeking to reclaim every penny that was taken from me. We also pursue a restraining order, a move that feels extreme, but necessary given their recent behavior. The day the papers are served, I get twin messages from Lily and Mom. Lily's is a string of expletives and threats. Mom's is worse, a guilt trip so masterful it almost makes me waver. Almost. But I stand firm. I've come too far to back down now. As I read through the legal documents, seeing the cold hard facts of their betrayal laid out in black and white, I feel a strange mix of sadness and resolve. This isn't the path I ever thought I'd walk, but it's the one I'm on now, and I'll see it through to the end, wherever that may lead. The legal proceedings drag on for months. Each day brings a new challenge, a new emotional hurdle to overcome. Lily and Mom hire their own lawyer, a slick-talking man who tries to paint me as the aggressor, the ungrateful daughter who turned on her loving family. But the evidence speaks for itself. Bank records don't lie. Text messages can't be explained away. Slowly but surely, their web of deceit unravels in the harsh light of the courtroom. Outside of court, life goes on, but it's a pale imitation of what it once was. My once bustling social life has become a minefield. Some friends have stuck by me, their support unwavering. Others have distanced themselves, uncomfortable with the family drama, or swayed by Lily and Mom's persistent narrative of me as the villain. Work becomes my refuge. I throw myself into my real estate career with renewed vigor, channeling all my hurt and anger into closing deals and climbing the corporate ladder. My boss notices, pulling me aside one day to express both concern and admiration. "You're doing incredible work, Claire," she says, her eyes searching my face. "But don't lose yourself in it. Remember to take care of you too." Her words hit home harder than I expect. When was the last time I did something just for me? When was the last time I allowed myself to feel something other than anger or determination? That weekend, on a whim, I booked myself a spa day. As I lay there, letting the stress melt away under skilled hands, I feel tears start to fall. Not tears of sadness or frustration, but of release. For the first time in months, I allow myself to really feel the weight of everything that's happened. The betrayal, the hurt, the loss of the family I thought I had. It all comes crashing down on me. But as I cry, I also feel something else growing within me. Strength, resilience, the unshakable knowledge that I will get through this, that I am more than the sum of their lies. When I leave the spa, I feel lighter, clearer. I know the road ahead is still long and difficult. The legal battle is far from over, and the emotional scars will take time to heal. But for the first time in a long time, I feel hope. Real, genuine hope for my future. As I drive home, I make a decision. It's time to start rebuilding my life on my terms. No more letting others dictate my worth. No more sacrificing my happiness for those who don't appreciate it. It's time for Claire to come first. The day of the final court hearing dawns bright and clear. As I dress in my sharpest suit, I catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror. The woman staring back at me is a far cry from the one who first uncovered her family's betrayal all those months ago. There's a strength in my eyes now, a set to my jaw that speaks of battles fought and won. The courtroom is packed. It seems our family drama, has become something of a local sensation. I spot familiar faces in the crowd, friends, colleagues, even a few family members who've chosen to stand by me. Their presence bolsters me as I take my seat. Lily and Mom are already there, huddled together on the other side of the room. Lily glares at me, her eyes full of venom. Mom won't meet my gaze at all. For a moment, I feel a pang of sadness. How did we end up here? But then I remind myself, I didn't choose this path. They did. The judge enters, and a hush falls over the room. As she begins to speak, I find myself holding my breath. This is it. The moment of truth. In the matter of Claire versus Margaret and Lily, the judge begins, her voice clear and authoritative. This court finds in favor of the plaintiff, Claire. The words wash over me like a wave. I've won. The judge continues, outlining the terms of the judgment. Full restitution of all stolen funds. A restraining order against both Lily and Mom. Even the possibility of criminal charges, though that decision will be left to the district attorney's office. As the judge speaks, I watch Lily and Mom. Lily's face is a mask of fury, but Mom looks defeated. For the first time, I see a glimmer of regret in her eyes. It's not enough, not nearly enough to make up for what they've done, but it's something. Outside the courthouse, reporters clamor for a statement. With Sandra by my side, I face the cameras. Today's verdict is not about winning or losing, I say, my voice steady. It's about justice. It's about standing up for what's right, even when it's difficult, even when it means standing against those you love. I pause, taking a deep breath before continuing. To anyone out there who's being taken advantage of, who's being manipulated by family or friends, know that you're not alone. Know that it's okay to set boundaries to protect yourself. Your worth is not determined by how much you give to others, but by how true you are to yourself. As I finish speaking, I feel a weight lift from my shoulders. It's over. Really truly over. And I've come out the other side stronger than I ever thought possible. In the weeks following the verdict, I find myself at a crossroads. The legal battle is over, but the emotional aftermath still lingers. I've won, but at what cost? My apartment, once a haven, now feels stifling. Every corner holds memories of late-night phone calls from Lily, of Mom's surprise visits with yet another tale of financial woe. I realize I need a change, a fresh start. On a whim, I reach out to a colleague in another city. We've worked together on a few long-distance deals, and she's always hinted that I'd do well in her market. To my surprise, she responds with enthusiasm. There's an opening in her firm, and she thinks I'd be perfect for it. The decision to move isn't an easy one. This city has been my home for years. It holds the ghosts of my past, yes, but also the foundations of my success. But as I mull it over, I realize that maybe that's exactly why I need to leave. To see who I can be without the weight of history holding me down. The next month is a whirlwind of activity. I throw myself into wrapping up my current projects, handing over my clients to trusted colleagues. In my free time, I research my new city, excited by the possibilities it holds. The day before my move, I receive an unexpected visitor. It's my aunt, the one who reached out to me during the height of the social media storm. She's come to say goodbye, but also to deliver a message. Your mom asked me to give you this, she says, holding out an envelope. I told her I'd only do it if I could read it first, to make sure it wasn't more manipulation. I think you should read it. With trembling hands, I open the letter. Mom's familiar handwriting fills the page. Claire, I know these words come too late, and that they can never undo the hurt I've caused. But I need you to know I'm sorry. Truly deeply sorry. What I did was unforgivable. I let my own insecurities and jealousies blind me to the incredible daughter I had. I'm getting help now. Real help, to understand why I did what I did, and to make sure I never do it again. I don't expect forgiveness, and I won't ask you to let me back into your life. But I want you to know that I'm proud of you. For your success, yes, but more importantly, for your strength in standing up for yourself. Be happy, Claire. You deserve it. Love, Mom. Tears blur my vision as I finish reading. It's not a magical fix. Nothing could be, after everything that's happened. But it's a start. A glimmer of hope that maybe someday, healing will be possible. The next morning, As I load the last of my boxes into the moving truck, I take a final look at my old home. So much has happened within these walls. So much pain, but also growth. I'm not the same Claire who first moved in here, bright-eyed and eager to please. I'm stronger now, wiser, more myself than I've ever been. As I pull away, heading towards my new life, I feel a sense of excitement bubbling up inside me. The road ahead is unknown, but for the first time in a long time, that doesn't scare me. It thrills me. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if I'll ever fully reconcile with my family, or if I even want to. But I do know this. Whatever comes next, I'm ready for it. Because I've learned the most valuable lesson of all. The price of loyalty should never be my own self-worth. The open road stretches before me, full of possibility, and I can't wait to see where it leads.